I'm going to introduce you to rock and roll, and we can talk about some instruments. Oh, I have met some hardcore banjos. I'd love to see a metal banjo. I have a little dog.
Oh, what do you do with your dog?
The Ruckus.
Let me add anyone new here.
Grow wings.
Get ready for hot takes and insight from local industry experts in real estate, business, and lifestyle. He used to play ball with the Padres. He played hockey for the Lobos. Now they're crushing it in the real estate game. Together, they'll showcase the best of the Duke City. This is All About YouABQ.
Hey, that's right, it is all about YouABQ. The goal of the show, to highlight the best of our city's industry experts in real estate, culture, and lifestyle so that you walk away with some value feeling inspired. The way we like to do that is to answer the questions you may have or interview the guests you want to see. We invite you to join the conversation. You can reach out on our social media tag up here or join our email list to get some timely tips about our community and real estate market. I'm Skip Adams, owner of Sold by Skip Real Estate Brokerage here in Albuquerque.
Grant Harvey, home loan expert.
You probably know Grant as the head coach of the University of New Mexico men's Lobo hockey team. Now he's absolutely crushing it in the mortgage space.
Thank you, Skip. You've seen Skip on HGTV's House Hunters. He's part of the top 2% producing real estate agents in the city.
Here's why you're going to want to stay tuned. We're joined in studio by Amanda Machon, lead singer of the Red Light Cameras and host of the hit TV show Absolutely Albuquerque. Can't wait to pick her brain, get some tips on what's going on here in Albuquerque.
Usually we don't like red light cameras, but we'll make an exception.
And then stay tuned to the end of the show. It's everybody's favorite, Skip's Tips. Dude, fucking season 8, dude.
Oh my God, has time flown by?
I never thought we'd make it to 8 episodes, but we just wrapped our 100th episode with the mayor. We had the mayor, dude, which, by the way, right here. We had
yeah, I know. We are.
We're turning and burning.
We're going to be on HBO in no time. See ya, Mark.
Yeah, we're really upgrading. No, it's been great, man. So season 8, cruising right along. Yeah, man, I don't know. This is fun, man.
It's kind of surreal. You know, we did, I mean, I always remark on this, but we kind of put some episodes together. We didn't see where we were going to go, but fortitude, perseverance, and whatever people use on the Oregon Trail, I killed half of them.
And creatine. Yeah, no, shoot, dude. So good news is real estate's picking up. We have a couple new listings coming up, obviously out in the East Mountains. I'm a big East Mountains guy. So T. Harris.
Yeah, he is.
We're doing Media Day tomorrow in the East Mountains.
Davy Crockett himself here.
Yeah, I'm going to wear a beaver pelt around my dick. What's new with you, man? What are you been up to?
We're going to give, what's his name? Don, whatever.
Don Schrader?
Yeah.
I'm going to wear Don Schrader around my waist.
What's up with, I was actually, just thought of this. I was looking up, trying to go to 9 Inch Nails is going on tour, and everything is like $310, just like the way they didn't want it. So I don't know if I'm going to be going. I'm usually a music guy, but I don't know if I can afford this. This is a dismal year. Not everyone's having a great real estate year like Skip. I'm here.
Isn't it a crazy concert ticket? So for my birthday, there was a comedian coming in town, and I was like, it would be fun. Why don't we all go see this comedian? And basic back row seats were like $180.
What is it? Is everyone doing that? I mean, at one point, baseball games and all that stuff that add up, like who is doing this? Who can afford to do this? I guess it happens. The economy pushes it, right? Capitalism pushes a limit, and they see that that they can sustain those prices.
Well, what they're doing now is buy now, pay later. So have you ever noticed you go to buy concert tickets and like, come see this concert, it's $1,000. You go to EDC. You can pay $22 for the next 10 years and you'll pay this
nice.
off.
Yeah, Americans are so responsible with credit. I'll just wait. I just pay it later. It's pretty much free. I'll be dead by then.
Yeah, no, to speak to that, a couple of cool things going on in Albuquerque. Let's talk about tourism. Historically, Charleston, South Carolina have been the #1 destination spot, but guess who dethroned them? Guess who? Turns out Santa Fe, New Mexico has officially taken the crown as the top domestic travel destination in the United States of America.
I've never heard of anyone going, guess what, I'm finally going to Charleston.
I think that's where classy people go. We're used to going to like Vegas pool parties, but like classy
people. Not anymore. We've grown up. We go to Reno.
Yeah, we got that Reno money now. But yeah, Santa Fe on the map once again.
I would figure that would be the #1 because that's where people go to have like a fake sophistication from back east. They go look at all this turquoise. Wow, where'd you land that? Well, I can find about 7 pieces of turquoise in my backyard. But yes, it's highly regarded as. What would you say when the higher class like resorts to Southwest, like look out.
Oh, they're
indigenous.
Yeah, no. They're just coming to steal our style, bro, and take it back east.
They can have all the turquoise they want.
Yeah,
I'm sick of it.
I'm turked out. But other big news for Albuquerque, University of New Mexico is officially selling nearly 40 acres of land between the University Stadium and the pit for In and Out. In and Out's coming to town, putting us on the map. The new development's called Lobo Crossing, will feature Albuquerque's first In-N-Out, Raising Cane's, the chicken spot, 360,000 square feet of retail and dining, walkable open air space. And this is going to be right over by the pit and the baseball stadium.
Do you know what else is being developed? So this is what I'm privy to. My brother-in-law is developing across from, I guess, Gala Chevrolet, where that big parking lot is. They're going to have a whole, almost near campus, of eatery, just this whole complex.
Is that over by the frat houses?
It'll be west. Like, say you're going up Lomas, and
Yeah.
right before you, it'll be those parking lots that aren't
Yeah, all
used
those
anymore.
old dealerships. Yeah, that's all
Isn't
wasted.
that
It's
cool?
been wasted space for
And
a
I
while.
think that's such a dismal, desolate part of the city. And we've learned that when buildings become dilapidated and not frequent, and this is like how areas become impoverished and homeless and stuff. So I think that investing in the community by doing things like that are high scale, gives the students something to shop at and much needed. I mean, there's only a small segment for the students. I remember going there and being like, okay, do I want to eat at Golden Pride or eat a butter knife at the La Posada?
La Posada. Yeah, so it's cool to see some new development, some new changes going on, and seeing Albuquerque and the New Mexico area, New Mexico in general, getting on the map for tourism. It's funny, growing up here, you always kind of lose the appreciation for what we have here. You just kind of think, wow, it's just so brown and tumbleweeds. Like, why would anyone want to come here?
Yeah.
But
I think I touched on that the other episode where I decided to go to the Balloon Fest all over again, and started there's a stage where I delayed being an adult. I'm like, oh, it would be required being an adult. Like, I don't want to do that. And then I'm like, this is actually pretty nice.
yeah, it's cool. It's cool. What else has got you ranty, buddy?
Yeah, so we're hitting the summer part, and it's really hot, and there's a lot of people who are abusing their skin. So let's get into tanning and my Grant's rants. I want to talk about something that I believe is an antiquated body art, and we're going to talk about tanning. Now, tanning used to be super in, and just like plucking your eyebrows used to be super in until everyone has no eyebrows left and every girl has gone bald in their forehead. Now, let's move past that and go into tanning. Tanning's inherently bad for you. We've kind of moved into a transition where people go skincare and aging has turned bad. I do remember a time where everyone looked like maybe my dog's treats, that shade of brown, and their kneecaps look like Shar-Peis, because when you get too tanned and your limbs fold, it creates this crease, and then you don't look so good. So those of you who are tanning, keep it off your face. You don't want the crow's feet. Secondly, melanoma's a real problem, and I hope that tanning has become less of a fad, but I do remember, and I do see time to time, people go, hey, Grant, you need to tan your legs. And I'm like, you need to turn an actual form of human skin shade that represents health, because you look like you either got jaundice or you're on your way out like a toaster strudel. Anyways, those of you who are tanning, keep it to a minimum. It's not cool anymore. That's your Grant's rants.
I like a tan lady. You don't like a tan lady anymore?
There's always some like cutoff. Like there's always then it looked like they got like prosthetics or like a transfer.
That is funny, because when we were in college, tanning beds were the thing for the ladies.
I went to them.
But I mean, I feel like you would see the girls in line at the club and be like, are you an Oompa Loompa?
Yeah, because once it becomes this disease where they can't get enough shit. Once you become a tan person, you go, well, now.
That's what I'm known as.
Yeah, I don't look like Whitney Houston yet. So then your goal is moved up, and then you never get there. So, tanning is a disease, and it's an addiction. And don't call me, but I can give you a couple phone numbers.
Coming up next, here's where you're going to want to stay tuned. We're joined in studio by Amanda Machon, lead singer of the Red Light Cameras and host of Absolutely Albuquerque. So stay tuned. This is all about you.
Tan
ABQ.
rehab. It's a new industry.
Hi, welcome back to UABQ. I'm Skip Adams, owner of Sold by Skip Real Estate Brokerage here in Albuquerque.
Grand Harvey, home loan expert.
I want to introduce you to Amanda Machon. She's the lead singer of the Red Light Cameras, and she's here to promote some new stuff going on in Albuquerque, as well as her new reggae album that's coming out. Amanda, it's an ongoing joke because she is such a rock star, and we tried to give her a hard time about it. The reggae festival here in Albuquerque, she will not be appearing at. She's more of a hard rocker. But Amanda, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks. I mean, and never say never. You know, I've got good friends in the reggae scene. I got some rhythms and Reviva and Vibe Strong that you may just see me up there.
Plus, you like hacky sack. Who doesn't like hacky sack?
We used to wear one as a hat, yeah. Tell me a little bit about you, though. Albuquerque kid?
Yeah, Albuquerque kid. Not born but raised. I actually grew up in the mountains of Albuquerque. So I went to, South Mountain Elementary out into like Edgewood Middle School, little time in Moriarty, little time in East Mountain High School. And so I'm a mountain kid. At heart, moved to the city, and I mean, I love New Mexico. Like, it's not just the great skies and the vibes, but I stayed here because I love it.
Well, that's what we find is a lot of people that grew up here, whether they left, all roads seem to lead to Albuquerque. You come back with a new appreciation, or just growing up here, have an appreciation for what we have here. So it's great. I'm glad you're here. So tell me a little bit about growing up in the East Mountains, because did you ever have any big thoughts of like, I want to get to the big city of Albuquerque?
Oh yeah, I mean, I planned not even to land in Albuquerque. I was like, I'm going to go to New York.
Oh.
I was a theater kid also, and so I was like, I want to go and do Broadway and do musicals, and was kind of wanting to forge that path. And then that didn't happen. I ended up actually studying theater at UNM, which we have a great theater program.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, fantastic theater program. Our dance program is also really, really good. And so at the time, it was like a great fit. I grew a lot there as a performer, and that's actually where my band grew from. My bassist and I were in theater together at UNM and met and made a band.
How did you discover each other's talents?
Well, Barney has always just been like amazing at everything he does. And so in the theater world, he was a friend to know. And I did a lot of musicals. And when he actually saw me, I was in Rent, which is a little more of a rock and roll musical. And he was like, ooh, we've been looking for a female singer.
Okay.
And they had been looking for a female singer. We got together and jammed a little bit. And
What's his weapon of choice? The harmonica, banjo, the ukulele.
I'm going to introduce you to rock and roll. We can talk about some instruments.
I've met some hardcore banjoists that would,
I've met some hardcore banjoists. I'd love to see a metal banjo. But he's a bassist. He's my bassist, yeah.
Well, what I like about you, you have a really strong energy about you. Totally great. I can tell you're a performer, but not only that, so singer, musician too, you play instrument?
I do. I can't walk and chew gum at the same time.
I'm with you on that.
So I can fumble my way through some scales on a piano, but I took piano when I was a lot younger and then really just focused on vocality.
What about dancing?
I did dance when...
It's a triple threat.
Oh my
Hey
God.
Now, triple threat. Don't you forget.
And then TV personality as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're very well-rounded. This is great. I think we have a lot to learn from you. You're always smiling.
Dancing.
I need to work on my smile. Where's my camera?
Good, get some Vaseline.
Okay.
Cheerleading dance trick.
What are we doing?
For your
Bring
teeth.
bread out.
For your teeth. For
You
your
didn't
teeth.
specify. Red Light Cameras, 15 years. That's impressive. What's been the secret to keeping the band together for so long? Because you always see behind the music.
Guys want to dart off and head to some record label, BMG on their own. Yeah.
Well, one thing that, we've stayed here because it is, a lot of people leave, they go to different cities and try to, make it in LA and all this stuff. We're on the road constantly. We're out of town at least one weekend out of the month. And we realize, we can spread our wings like that. I call them spider leg tours, where we do like a weekend in Arizona. And so we'll go boom, boom, and then we'll go out to Texas, El Paso, Las Cruces, but we've built this surrounding here. So
is there like a circuit, would you say there's a circuit of amongst the bands that say hey, we'll be rotating, and who do you use, and kind of borrow each other's travel itinerary maybe, or?
No, well, I can't speak for everyone. I can't speak for every
I didn't know if there was a network or anything.
We do help each other out. I will say that our community is super helpful. We really do try to, reach out to the people we've played with before. as when we're going on tour, we trade a lot of shows. So like if they're rolling through Albuquerque, when we go through Austin, they've got a show for us.
That's pretty cool.
You know, so it's a give and take in that way,
Yeah.
you know. But to answer your question, kind of what's kept us alive for 15 years, not only, you know, having that extra stretch, just a little further out, the support of staying here, you know, of building something really strong here. And I always say, you know, as Albuquerque's cheerleader, like we are unlike any other. When we love something, and we take very good care of it. And I feel like we've been lucky enough to have that. You know, our community's really been supportive and really wonderful. We enjoy what we do.
Well, I can tell. I mean, you're very passionate about it. When it comes to venues in Albuquerque, I know each venue will go through a hot streak where, you know, for 5 years they're the number one venue.
Launchpad still do.
Yeah.
Oh, Launchpad forever.
What's the best? Is that the best venue in town, you think, for your style?
Oh yeah, I mean Launchpad is home, though, you know, for like many reasons. We love Launchpad. We played there for years. I remember when I was, you know, really young, going and seeing my first show at Launchpad.
There's an energy
just being
there.
like, oh yeah, there's an energy. It's very like, it's a big show, but it's intimate enough that you have, like, even you do get 300 people there and you're like, we're right here. It's you and me in this office, you know? I love Launchpad. Sister's a great venue also. There's been a lot of venues over the years that have like lived and died that I miss. Bert's Tiki Lounge. Do you remember OG Bert's?
No.
Not the Bert's that was right here.
No, out
OG
there,
Bert's on Gold. Love them. We would play, you know, we would just kind of play everything we could when we were starting.
Of course.
You know, if you had a show on a Monday at the Launchpad that a band needed an opener, we're there.
Yeah, guess who's not working? We'll be there.
We'll be there. Tuesday at Bert's, we'll do it. And then we got Fridays and Saturdays.
So I feel like there's a crowd that has, you know, maybe your genre has a cult following, just like probably every other genre, right? And Albuquerque has that, even for hockey. When I was experienced being a coach, there's some attachment, there's some allegiance, there's some loyalty, and aren't you a little bit flattered how people have adhered to you and they're loyal? Isn't that cool?
It's really cool.
You're like, you guys are all here again. You're counting on my concerts. Like,
yeah,
nice.
man. I mean, it keeps us alive. You know, I make a point to like try to thank the audience when they come.
Very good.
Because you are what keeps live music alive. You know, especially in a world of streaming where you can get everything right here.
Right.
You know, you can get Beyonce's concert in your phone just on TikTok, but you coming to a venue, especially like, you know, talking crazy ticket prices earlier, like especially come and support your local scene. Come and see the live music of the people who are really making that energy thrive, you know, in your local scene.
It's cool to have that discourse, right? Because then people feel really like wanted and needed too, and you need them back, and so to have that exchange is great for both, like both mutually beneficial, and I think it enhances the performance.
Thank you. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. But what you were saying, you know, like I always say we are red light cameras, and it's because we are, you know, like we wouldn't exist without you. We wouldn't exist without like the venues to play, all of the support, you know,
synergy.
It's really funny because anytime you go to a live show, you know, it's part of the script that the musician says, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight, and it's just kind of blow by it. But actually to hear you say it, no, really, thank you guys for coming out tonight. You could have been anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, I mean, and sometimes you do just play to the hostages. You know, you just play to the bartender and the door guy and the people who can't leave, and it should be the same show, whether it's 3 people or 300, you know, but really you thank everybody who comes and pays. It keeps you alive.
They're counting on you for a special energy, right? And it's weird because sometimes I've had performances as coaching, like I forgot, like I lost touch that there are people counting on an experience, and then you go, I'll never make that mistake again, because people are watching and it's impacting them, and even if it's 3 or 5 that you call hostages, like they were still there for you. Yeah. Good. That's a good attitude.
So you've toured across the country. What's the biggest difference between performing in Albuquerque and some of the other cities? Like, do you find it's hard to get people to show up in other cities because you have such a following here?
I think that touring is hard.
In general.
I think touring is hard in general, and I think it's something that people don't talk about, is that like a lot of times you are playing on a Monday to the bartender and the people who were open, or the 3 dudes who were like, yeah, let's go out. Why not? Work was hard.
Let's go meet some chicks.
And then, but that's who you play for, right? Because you're like, oh, then they see you and they fall in love with you.
Do you have a job besides this?
I do.
I mean, I'm not just saying this isn't, but I mean, do you have, okay, because you said going on Monday, it almost makes me think that you register that it's a work day, right? So what do you?
It is.
Okay.
So I do have a day job. I'm a hustler. I do have a day job. The band is a job, and then I also, am a performer, hostess, anywhere else I can.
Yeah.
So.
How much free time do you have then? You have to be spoken for the most part, right?
I'm pretty.
You're not a homebody, right? You're not watching TV every night.
No, I mean, I do try to shut down and give myself a day to just relax and rot and recover. But I try to fill my day pretty minute to minute, and just putting myself out there.
You must have a cat. Do you have a cat?
I do not. I have a little dog.
Oh, what do you do with the dog?
The Ruckus.
You bring the dog with you?
Oh yeah, she's tiny. So because everywhere we go, we bring the Ruckus.
Oh, okay. So that's the drummer. Ruckus is drumming. That's cool that you bring the dog.
She's a really rad little pug mix. So.
I was wondering how we were going to pull this off with you. Okay.
So talk about some tours coming up and some events you guys have going on.
So we're actually getting ready. We're going out to the West Coast. We're going to be in California. We're starting in Phoenix, going to LA, San Diego, San Francisco, Calusa, and back. And then my little sister's going to join us on that tour. She's going to run merch for us, which I'm super stoked about. And then we're working on an album also that I'm pretty excited about. We're also going to press a vinyl for it.
Oh, nice.
We did a vinyl a few years back, and we've been going through some changes as a band. Over the last few years, we've had new members join about 4 years ago now. And so every time you get somebody new, you kind of have growing pains and stuff, but we...
I get groin pains whenever we add anyone new here.
Growing.
Okay. How many albums do you have?
Leave it to Grant.
How many albums do you have?
We have 6.
6, okay. So when do you guys kind of have is it unspoken where there's a shift and a change in where the music's going?
Yeah, or when you have to vote somebody off the island.
We hopefully never vote anyone off the island, but that's the challenge of being creative with each other, is giving each other that space to be like, where are we growing? Because I think that people forget that musicians are people, we're not products. So people fall in love with a sound, right? And you see it a lot with bigger names too, where they're Beyonce, great example. She's in a country phase right now. Country is sweeping a lot of people. Post Malone is doing country and started in hip hop. It's very a journey. And I think that we need to give people that grace to grow as musicians and to change their sound and stuff. I listen to our older stuff, and when I was younger and a little more and stuff, and it's a lot more screamy, and it's evolved. So sure. I think we give each other that space to grow and get creative.
I would probably say that sometimes you can create an era and remark on that and go, oh, I remember that was a time in my life, and so
did you have Bangs? That was the Bangs era.
Yeah, the Bangs era. There are albums now that I'm very much that was my 25, 27. Oh yeah, the lyrics too. I'm oh, that's what I was going through.
Because you guys are true artists in any capacity, have to be interested in their work, and so that's how I think you stay interesting, right? So if you just go, I can put out some hits, people probably do that to a lot of performers or a lot of artists. Go put out some more stuff, and if their heart's not in it, and they're not interested, it's a void, right? It's going to sound like it too, and I think sometimes people they may have a hard time with their audience going, no, bring back your old stuff, and they're like, you're right, they're humans. They don't want to. Maybe they don't want to anymore. Yeah. That's over. That phase is over. So.
Exactly. Maybe I'm not feeling this crazy urge to yell at everyone anymore. Maybe
I want you to. I would want you to yell at people.
I still yell.
Okay. So, we've got an album coming out, going on tour, and then I heard that Battle of the Bands is coming back to Albuquerque, which is always a fun time of year, and I was thinking about getting in. But I don't know. What do you know about Battle of the Bands this year? Anything?
I don't know about Battle of the Bands this year, actually.
Wait, Bands of Enchantment.
But Bands of Enchantment.
Do you know Battle of the Galaxy?
Yeah. Space. And actually, Explora does do a Battle of the Bands through.
Well, I'll start there.
Oh my gosh. Now I'm pulling it out. I'm gonna miss it. But Explorer does do a battle of the bands. It's geared towards like younger youth coming up bands, and it's really, really great. I went a couple of weeks ago. Rock 101 is an organization I work with that works with like youth musicians and kind of helps them become bands and explore that.
Yeah.
And a lot of those kids did the battle of the bands through there, so that was great.
That was like a high school thing, right? That you'd have a battle of the bands in the gym, and you would go and vote on your buddy to see, he's the best bassist in town. Yeah.
There's still, I mean,
I didn't do that. I
didn't
get
either.
the support.
You're more of a reggae guy, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't have been at that show.
I'm a head
You were
graveyard
at the
part-time
banjo
drummer.
reggae show, so you wouldn't have been at that
You're
one.
your own genre.
Reggae.
Bands of Enchantment.
Yeah, Bands of Enchantment. Bands of Enchantment's coming back. We're on season 2 of Bands of Enchantment. You can watch it on Amazon, and it's awesome. It's a great thing for Albuquerque. The economic development that it has brought has been really great. It's a show that is created by Ken Peterson and his brother Vince, and they worked through PBS to bring kind of their version of Austin City Limits, but to New Mexico.
Cool.
So that's where Bands of Enchantment came, because we're the land of enchantment, right?
Yeah.
And it landed in Albuquerque, which is great. They're Las Cruces boys, and they wanted to bring something back to New Mexico,
That's
right?
cool.
And it's really cool. They bring in artists that are big name artists to be on the show, but they also fold in local as well. So local to New Mexico to show the New Mexico music
Where do they
scene.
typically play? Is it an outdoor venue or indoor venue?
So it actually takes place at the Chemo down on Central, and they'll film it. It's really cool the way they film it. It's very intimate. They'll put chairs like kind of around the stage. They invite you to kind of be part of the band. You know, it's a super intimate setting, and then you can also sit and watch as well. But yeah.
That's great. That's fantastic. Let's switch gears a little bit to Absolutely Albuquerque Emmy-nominated TV host. What is that like? We have no awards. What is that even like?
It's wild. It was really cool. I feel like, like I said, Albuquerque, I want us to root for each other.
We want to grow.
You know, we need to switch our mentality to this brag, not bag. You know, I mean, everybody talks about crime. Everybody talks about like the things that go on in our city, and the truth.
What are we watching here?
We're watching here. This is our intro.
Hey, that girl looks like you.
That's me.
That's the hat lady?
So let me tell you about the show. Before I get on my little soapbox
Yes.
about, like brag,
Do you
not
actually
bag.
have a soapbox? We talk about this. I want someone to actually say, I don't want to get on my soapbox. I'm like,
told
get
me-
on that soapbox. I've never seen it before.
Pull it in. I'm just gonna get on this.
Yeah, actually, no, you threw her speaking on a soapbox. It sounds so good.
But absolutely Albuquerque. It's a series that every episode I go with a fellow Puerqueño, and we go and check out their Albuquerque. We go eat somewhere. We do an activity that they love. Or maybe something neither of us have done. So they'll invite me to do something, I'll invite them to do something. And it shows off our city in the beautiful light that I feel like we see it in. You know, we get to show off that we're so much more than Breaking Bad, you know? We're more than Better Call Saul. We are a beautiful place with beautiful people and a hardworking people. So we also show businesses, that make our community. So it's...
What are some of the struggles? Because our show is basically all about Albuquerque as well, and we always invite the guests to come to us. What are some of the struggles of filming out in the field, dealing with logistics that way?
Yeah. I mean, it's hot shot, like sometimes you have everything planned and then it all falls apart. Sometimes we also try to be very courteous to businesses, so we don't want to disrupt their business. So we try to make sure that we're filming within a scope of their time, or making sure like if we are filming while they're open, we have to stop. They got kind of a rush.
Yeah.
Let's let them take care of their rush. All right, let's fold back in because we got to get out of here in 15 minutes. I love doing TV like that. It's a really fun experience. I love doing this travel show was an amazing experience and just kind of opened my world to seeking more avenues of that. I'd love to show off more of our state. I think that there's so many other cities around that, they're
underrepresented.
They're
underrepresented.
Hidden treasures
East
for
Mountains,
sure.
for sure.
Ruidoso.
Yeah.
Ruidoso is nice. Hey, actually, speaking of that, I think it would be cool, and this is a serious suggestion for once.
Yeah.
I would be cool if you were kind of like trailing like firefighters in like the wildfire stuff, but to not impede on their. But that's a fascinating big thing that they do. I think it's
Yeah.
impressive and very helpful and ever so prominent, unfortunately, about how many people light. I have a TikTok about this, lighting New Mexico on fire. But I think that would be, I mean, again, you don't have to eat any suggestions, but that would be a cool, like, homage to people that you know,
Yeah.
help us out quite a bit.
Rising
Well,
from the
I
flames.
wanted to do a whole segment on our like nature, you know, and because our state does a really good job, I mean, we try, you know, but care for it and care for the land. And I have friends who do work for the city, like work for Bosque and things like that. And just showing our like land management, I think would be really good. As a mountain kid, you know, I'm like, let's go up to the woods and talk. And I actually talked to somebody who was like, I'll give you a chainsaw. And I was like, sweet, like, let's do that. Can you
Yeah,
hire
we can
him?
do that one. We'll help you out. Just spinning around. Yeah. Do you know what they did? This is probably off the subject, but they removed the Russian olive trees. That was those like really weird green-looking trees that were amongst
they're
the cottonwoods.
invasive.
They're invasive, and
Oh,
they will
in the
take
muskets.
over.
Yeah.
And as a Boy Scout, we were like pulling them out. And then one time I was rollerblading. Again, fit in rollerblading every time. But the city was removing them. I'm like, gosh, thank goodness that someone was listening because our cottonwoods were going to go away. But they did a lot of pulling them out, and I was pretty impressed. So I'm glad you're familiar with that. Yeah, they are not. What would they say?
In the news?
No,
What?
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
I think
slowly.
it's a thankless job.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
think like there's a lot of the stuff that like these people are doing to preserve our like land and contribute to it where there's so many invasive species. I actually learned about one of our guests on season 1 of episode Albuquerque is Dryland Wild, and they're a company that works to use invasive plants, so plants that we're trying to remove, to make products, like facial products. They have a beauty line. And so they have soaps, deodorant, they have facial oils and things that they're using, not only native plants that are here to New Mexico, but also that they have like a Russian olive serum because they find people are trying to remove them. So they're like, I'll come and remove it for you. And then we
Wow.
can use it.
Kind
And
of
then
like
we'll
the
use that
beehive removal
product.
stuff. I mean, although we
Right?
welcome bees, but like a mutually beneficial service.
Yeah. But I mean, when you have a hive that's living in your garage,
Which
you
I
got to
did.
get someone to remove
Oh,
it.
we
you're
need
right.
to have a
And
whole
then-
thing. I removed bees, and this guy was just a little chicken. You just took it in the prior episodes. But yeah, I mean, that's awesome that
gonna
people
look
are
for the
making
bee
use of that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. Okay, so where do we catch Absolutely Albuquerque? How do we watch it?
Yeah, so the easiest way to watch it is to download the app. It's called the Very Local app. Very Local is also streaming through KOAT here locally. So you might see me on your TV, on your local channels. But you can also get it on your Roku, Amazon Fire, Amazon as well. It'll pop up on your devices. But Very Local app is the easiest way to watch Absolutely Albuquerque.
You are just a whole bundle of energy, and we appreciate you
Beaming.
sharing everything.
Thank you.
Yeah, it sounds like you've got your hand in everything. You are absolutely Albuquerque, and so we're happy to showcase you. And all the best on your tour with the red light cameras, Amanda Machon.
Thank you so much. Yeah!
Wish I could run through that brick wall again.
Is that why the Grant shape's over there?
Yeah, Kool-Aid man.
The Bugs Bunny guy.
Right? It's just Grant.
We'll have links to all of your stuff on our website. Thank you so much for showing up,
Awesome.
Amanda. You have quite the energy.
Thank you so much for
Coming
having
up next,
me.
here's where you're going to want to stay tuned. It's everybody's favorite Skip's Tips. This is UABQ.
Welcome back. Segment 3. Thank you, Amanda from Red Light Cameras, an enthusiastic guest. You know who has more enthusiasm is Skip's Tips. Hopefully he can read his own writing.
Oh, yeah.
Skip's Tips are anything that saves us time, makes us more money, or allows us to have more fun in real estate or in real life. Well, here's the one thing that most sellers forget to do. Sellers, before you list your home on the market, take a minute to do a walkthrough and pretend that you're the buyer. Have some fresh eyes and really try and take in what the buyer's seeing when they walk through your property. Open the closets, do some sniffing around. Does your house smell funny? Do the baseboards need painting? Here's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's not the big renovations that are gonna sell your house, it's the $20 fixes that you have yet to make to the property. Remember, first impressions are key, and so a buyer will tell you whether or not they want your house within the first 7 seconds of seeing it. So take the time to do those little fixes, check out your property through the buyer's eyes. First impressions sell houses, remember that. Oh, and share this with a friend and tell him Skip said so.
Oh, yeah.
Another smooth run. There's no edits there. What would you recommend to my brother who wears this awful cologne? Would he have to pretend that he's aware that it smells awful as a home buyer? Pretend you're a 30-year-old female who's finds it pungent and repulsive.
Pretend like you're wearing Axe body spray.
Then look around.
And then tell me if
Let's
you want to
look
buy.
at you.
Tell me if you're on the market, ladies.
Meat market.
Every Wednesday night, Sunday morning, and worldwide on YouTube, this is All About You, ABQ.
Metal Militia.
You're watching YouABQ.